know how I feel about using one-time money for ongoing programs. It's not generally good public policy. There are exceptions to that, and the exceptions are for temporary, stopgap, or emergency measures. And so what I'm asking the General Assembly to do, some people call it a rainy day fund, some people call it utilization of surplus, but if we have that $300 million, or roughly that $300 million, I am proposing that the first call on that be made available for us to be able to use some of that money over that next year or year and a half, or even potentially 2 years, while we're in this potential downturn, this economic downturn, to plug gaps in essential services. If it's not needed for that, if more money comes in, then money could flow under a Revenue Stabilization Act. But if things are as bad as the conservative forecasts suggest that they might become, then we could use some of that one-time money to meet those essential services. And what's not needed for that, or if none of that is needed, then that money would be available for traditional general improvement fund purposes. So you'd have a dual opportunity to use that $300 million. Let me give you an example. I think if you take time to look at that, you'll see that there's a priority in Children and Family Services where they actually got extra money, even not in that other column, but in the actual funded column. It's a reflection on the fact that we know that they need some more help and that they need to lower those caseloads. So that was a priority. But over and above that, there's going to be a priority in Medicaid. You'll see there's about $58 million, as I recall, in that second column for Medicaid. If things are bad, then we would be able, if the legislature agrees, to take a portion of that $300 million and be able to meet the Medicaid needs, if that is truly there, out of that money. And then ultimately, a recession by its very nature is temporary. We wouldn't be calling it a recession. It would be permanent. And so this would give us the ability to be able to meet those essential services, particularly in Medicaid, and perhaps in prisons as well, and still have money left over for general